Do I believe in what?
The one.
The
like
one.
soulmates.
No, I don't believe in that. No. I don't believe in soulmate. That's bullshit. I don't believe
Say it as it is.
I don't
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi. So today we're talking about Valentine's Day, and some people have sent in their questions and we're going to try and answer them if we can. So as you can see, I am joined by some friends, if you like.
Yep,
And so they're all just going to introduce themselves and their relationship status.
Hey guys, I'm G3.
And are you single or?
Yes, I'm single.
Hi, I'm Jules and I'm currently single.
Oh, I'm Musa and I'm taken.
Oh, and I am single. And so if you like these videos, shut up, Jules. So if you like these videos, please do subscribe, like the video, it really makes a difference, and please turn on your notifications so that every time I make one, you get to see me again. And so we're going to answer some of your questions.
Let's do this.
And so the first question is from my friend Mole, and the question is, what is your ideal date?
Yeah, probably it's like going out and having fun.
Okay, let me start. I think my day would be twofold. I'd maybe start with something a bit more relaxed, like maybe go for like putt or go to the beach. Yeah, mini golf.
Okay.
Mini golf, go to the beach or some type of activity like that to engage, and then in the evening
In England?
I'd have, yeah, even in England, there's some nice beaches, especially if you're near Cornwall. So I'd maybe go somewhere like that. I've been to Cornwall.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, you don't know my life, you don't know my story. And then in the evening, yeah, I think going to a restaurant, maybe not too posh, but just a very calm vibe to really get to know the person on a superior level.
Mm-hmm. See, I like fun. I'm like G3, I think I like fun. I don't know about this superior level stuff. I think I would love to go to like Alton Towers, that's dream. Like if you take me to Alton Towers, that's dreamy. Also, if you took me to like Venice, Paris.
Whose money are you using, bro? This is the first date. This is not.
Really appreciate.
People don't even do that shit when they're married, bro.
Mr. What's your ideal day?
I would say ice skating. Ice skating.
Oh, that's fun.
Because it gives you something to talk about afterwards, and yeah, you can actually touch the person without
Touch.
Yeah.
Hey.
Without being accused of anything.
If you fall.
Okay. You can help her up.
Yeah.
And if you fall, she can help you up.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Like
So you
that.
break that barrier.
Yeah.
You break the touch barrier on the first date.
Of course.
Okay, so the next question is a bit deep. Is it better to wait for a love at first sight moment or choose someone you find attractive and just go from there? So I guess like obviously some people would be like, you meet one person, there's chemistry straight away, versus I see someone attractive and it's like, I don't feel chemistry, but we find each other attractive, let's try. What's better?
I think like chemistry can like be developed within a relationship. I don't think it's something that is always instantaneous. If you find the person attractive, cool. And then from that you move on and then you can develop that chemistry. I don't think it's something that is always going to be instantaneous, because even if it's instantaneous, that might not be conducive, it might not be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like everyone lives in this like fantasy world. Like me and Jules always watch First Dates, and you get this girl who'll be like, he's a really good looking boy and we got along really well on the day, the conversation was flowing, but there's no spark. And I'm like, it's not a movie. Like, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes there's not going to be a spark.
This is not
like,
Cinderella.
you find each other attractive, the conversation
Yeah.
was good, you got along, like
Really
go
like,
on a second date. Do you know what I mean? Like see if something happens.
I agree. I think I'd give it maybe. I mean, I do think that sometimes there is spark and there is chemistry, and I think there should be limits. But I think the first date,
Limits on what?
as in eventually, as in say you set yourself maybe 4 dates, 3-4
4
dates,
dates.
to see if there's a spark. I think
That's
I don't
a bit
think.
limited.
No, how they're limiting?
Okay.
As in you know the
How far
person.
apart are these dates?
What do you mean? As in you maybe I don't know
It's
like.
like that 90
So
days.
so it's basically like a month. It's basically like but
a
not
month.
but not
Only a
90
month to develop chemistry.
No, as in you try and then you can have at least more insight. As in a month away, if you're dating every weekend, for example, for the space of that month, then I think you can get a lot more insight compared to just immediate spark.
Yeah, just to add on, like you also have to like see if this person has what you want. So you can't really go on a single date and say, okay, I've discovered everything about this person, so this is what I want. You know, you have to like give it some time and then grow from there.
I agree.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, interesting one on like kind of given what we've just said. So say two people are friends, and then one person likes the other person, and then the other person's maybe like maybe, and but they don't know if they kind of feel that connection, like as in they're not ruling it out. They're like gonna give it a chance, but like because they're like good friends, whatever. How long would you give that to kind of see if there's a spark? So like say you have a girl come to you that's your friend now, and it's like, oh, I really like you, and you're like, yeah, she's cute, we get along, like let me try. But you're just friends before. How long are you gonna try that before you're like, actually no, we're just friends, there's no chemistry? Do you get it?
No,
As
you know
in,
what I
like,
think. You know what I think.
Okay, say
You know what I
like a
think.
guy came up to me, who I'm friend, like good friends,
Yeah.
and said I like you, and I'm like, do you know, like I never thought of you like that before, but we get along really well, you're attractive, so why not? Let's try.
Yeah.
If they're just your friend, like how long are you gonna try before you're like, nah, actually we're just friends, nothing.
To be honest though, like when it comes, like I already kind of can tell a bit. Like if you're my good friend, I can see, because we've known each other for such a long time. Like I can kind of see if the relationship, if there'd be like a spark on it. Obviously you need to try. Obviously you need to try and maybe get like, you know, there's the physical aspect, but I think socially and emotionally you already know a lot about the person.
See, I don't know then.
That's what I think.
I think because the thing is like it's different. It's a different dynamic because like it's different when you're in it versus when you see it. As in there's some people now who you might be like if I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to use people's names, but there might be some people now that if I'm like, can you see yourself with her? You're like, no, like it's never gonna be a thing. But then in a few years time or something, you don't know how things are going to change and how suddenly you're going to feel for that person, how she's going to feel for you.
Yes, but like the thing is, at the end of the day, like it's a matter of, you kind of already have at least an inkling, you have like a feeling, you have an inner feeling, and then you need to try.
Because I've had guy friends where I've been like, nothing will ever happen, and then it was like, oh.
No, that's not me.
Yeah, but you don't know that because it hasn't happened yet. As in there might be people now that you've ruled them out and then like give it a few months and then something happens, you're like, oh. As in, I never thought, you know, you watch Friends? No, but like, as in, like, they were friends for like, I know it's not real, but it's like based on like real things. Like, you can be friends for like years, you've never seen someone like that, and then, I don't know, something happens and something's like, oh.
But I think in those moments, it's one person who has always kind of like the other person, and they haven't said. I think that's the biggest fear people have. They don't say, even in a friendship, they're too scared to tell the friend that they like them. I think for fear of breaking up the thing.
I think that's the thing. And
but
like,
you need to take that. I think it's important to take that first.
Some people think that if you go out with your friend, so say you tell them and they're like, yeah, okay, sure, and then it ends badly, then what? Like you've lost that friendship because you wanted something more. Even though I would say take the risk. I would say if you think it can work, like if you think it can be a legit relationship, then you take the risk.
Yeah, you weigh up the pros and the cons, really.
I don't know. I just think you take a risk if it's serious. If it's not serious, if you think it's just going to be a fling, then no, you don't risk the friendship. But if you can see it being a long-term, serious relationship.
But again, I think yeah, it's worth to take the risk because you already know the person. You know, like probably like if you've been friends for a very long time, you know about their sexual and everything, their relationship.
Yeah, you know about their previous relationships.
Yeah, if you are
because you're good friends with them, so you know like about how their past relationships have been. I agree. Yeah.
So and then that's the thing that.
But is that relevant then? Is how their past, because their past relationships were not even.
Yes, it's relevant.
It is relevant.
If you are,
it's what you're basing what that person is like.
Yeah, you can only go based on previous.
Okay, so like, what stuff from their like previous relationship would still matter or whatever? I
think you look at how it started and how it ended, sort of, because those are. I mean, they tend to be like clear signs as to what that individual is like.
Do they then?
Yeah.
Because what if it was the other person cheated on them, the other person did this to them? Like, how's that reflection on them?
Yeah, well, it depends. Obviously, it's contextual, obviously, but I mean, in terms of what they've actually done to the relationship or what they've contributed or haven't contributed to the relationship, I think would be interesting to know.
So on the next question, kind of leading on from that contribution stuff. Someone said, what should I do if I'm too busy to have a partner, so they've got like work, hobbies, etc., but would like one? I feel like I wouldn't have enough time to give them and still go to all of my hobbies that I love and don't want to give up.
I think too busy is like, that's what I don't understand about people. You're not always like, you're not too busy.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's about like, what you want with the person. If you don't like, I think it's about priorities. What you prioritize first. You know, you're not too busy. You just want to prioritize something.
Exactly. Yeah, I think no one is ever truly too busy. You know, you make time for the things that you like doing, and like I think that's just an excuse that people use. To be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. As in, I definitely agree that if something's important to you, you'll find the time. But some people's lives are literally ridiculous. As in, I know students who are like doing uni and they're working 35 hours a week, and they've got like societies and stuff. And those people, I'm sure they have time, but like realistically, the amount of time they have is probably very limited.
At the same time, you've chosen to
But
have
you've-
that
exactly.
society life. That's the thing that you want. That's what you want out of
Yeah, so he's saying,
experience.
what if he wants a partner but doesn't want to
What
give
if
up his
your-
hobby? So like,
But what if
he
your
feels like
partner
he wouldn't
is in
have
the
enough time.
society? Maybe, I mean, I think the likelihood that you'd meet someone maybe in the society and you'd be around them, and then maybe I think that's a good solution then too. Although personally, I've never enjoyed, you know, like being with someone who's in the same class as you or
24/7.
exactly, because I think that can get a bit much. But at least then maybe you'll see the person more often than if you're too busy, which
Yeah, so I would say like find someone that doesn't, because I personally am not really someone that needs to spend a lot of time with someone. Like,
Yes, sorry guys. Yes, that was a tough one. Let's say that again. So what you said?
I said I don't need to spend a lot of time with someone.
Okay.
Alright.
Don't be a dick.
I'm just saying, yeah. First events haven't shown that, but anyway.
You're the one who hangs out with me, not the other way around.
Oh, I wasn't talking about myself. Just keep that clear. I'm talking about myself.
Just saying, because I don't know who else you're talking about. But as in, like, I don't feel the need, like, there are some people that need to see their boyfriend or something every day. I don't need to see it every day. You can call me, and I can see you every year. 3 weeks.
Well, how do you feel being in a relationship, Musa? How do you feel like when it comes to frequency of?
I think, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's something that you have to bear in mind because it can become, not necessarily an obstacle, but it can be something that has more of an effect than you will initially think it will do. I mean, that's one thing I'll say.
Yeah, I think especially as you get more serious and as we get older, to the point like now people are having relationships that could last. People could get married from their relationships they're in now. I think obviously yes, it does make more of a difference. But then also, like, if it got to that point, you'd be like, by the time it got to the point where you're living together or married, you'll be living together or married anyway, so you'll at least see each other in the morning, in the evening, you just make time, have dinner together, like, do you know what I mean? As in, you just find the time, you're like, okay.
I think if it's like everything in life, if you want it to work, it will work, and that's up to your
Like
decision.
everything in life.
And yeah, exactly.
Right.
And your commitment to that thing. So.
Yeah.
And so the next question, is... Oh wait, no. I already went.
Yes.
The
Oh.
coverage. The center of coverage.
You're being a dick. Should you choose your career over your relationship if you have goals which you don't want to compromise with the emotional ups and downs of being in love? And this is from Thivia, by the way. Sorry, because I said I'd shout her out.
No, I don't think you can compromise. Your career over a relationship, because like over time when you're in that relationship, there's going to be a time where like now you don't have anything. How are you gonna?
No, she said should you choose your career over your relationship if you have goals that you don't want to compromise with the emotional ups and downs of being in. And let me try and sum up her question since it's a bit long. So basically, she's saying like obviously when you're like in love with someone, like sometimes are going to be good, sometimes it might be bad. You might go through periods of time when you're arguing more, and it's a lot, you know.
Yeah.
And that could obviously affect your goals. Like you might not want it to, but essentially it probably will. And that could affect your career. So therefore, if you know that you don't want to compromise your goals are so important, should you just choose your career and leave the relationship side?
Yeah, if you feel like it's draining you, you have to leave. I think the best way is to leave and focus on yourself. But then you have like relationship. You have to like when you choose a relationship, you also have to look at the like, is that person that I'm with going to support my goals? You see, so are we on the same page all the time? Do you have some, because either way at some point you have to compromise. But then it has to be a decent one. It doesn't have to be like, you know, something that can drain you.
And I think sometimes a partner can actually add to your, you know, I mean, even if it's you're going through a tough period, sometimes they can complement your goals and actually help you, you know, motivate yourself and help you achieve them. So I think it really depends on who you're with and what your goals are, and if that person can complement your goals or not.
I'd agree with you.
And I would say also like every relationship has ups and downs, not just romantic ones. So like obviously like you could like your relationship with your parents, there might be times when they're not happy with something you've done, you're not getting along, or like your friends and you have arguments, and that can be draining. And so like that's in every single relationship, you can't avoid that. Sometimes it's not going to be great. So like obviously you have to weigh up. If you realize that this person you are arguing on a daily basis, like you literally cannot like go a day without having like not like a heated argument every day or whatever, it's got to that stage, then you might need to reassess that situation in general and like leave it maybe, because like it's not healthy. But if it's just a situation where you've got a regular relationship, which means sometimes there are arguments, then I think it's fine. And do you know what? I think maybe my advice in that kind of situation is just don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed with conflict. So like if you're angry, you go, you make it up, you wake up in the morning, you leave it, and you don't bring it up again. Ideally, you just leave it, and that's it. And I think that's the way to kind of do it and kind of let your emotions be okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, so my lovely Georgina, G3.
Yeah. I know.
You love Georgie, huh? Georgie.
Of course I do.
My Georgie girl has sent loads of freaking questions. So should you keep them, I guess she means men, waiting till marriage? Well, Georgie Han.
Wait, no, let's start with G3's answer to that.
Okay, what was the question again?
Should you keep them waiting till marriage?
No. The best thing, like, if you're in a relationship, is to keep your partner happy more than trying to keep him stuck with you. That's I don't think it's a good idea to keep no.
Yeah, I think I'm a big believer in the fact that there's 3 real aspects to a relationship. I think there's, as I said, there's the social, there's the emotional, and there's the physical. And I think some people are a bit shy to admit that, because for me, physical does play an important role as well. So I think it's good to know how you guys are sexually in bed also, until I wouldn't enter into a marriage and then have sex with her for the first time. No, I wouldn't do that. And I think people are shy to say that because it sounds superficial, but I don't think it is.
Well, that's funny, because a few months ago you said you would, but okay.
I would say do whatever you feel is right, because at the end of the day, it's what you want in life, and if that's what you want, then he should also respect that. In terms of if you're in a relationship together and that's what you want, then he would respect that and respect
your choice.
Exactly.
Although in a way, I guess it's fair enough, as in like the guy might really respect you, but if they're like Jules and they think that is really important, then no matter how much he might respect you, it might be really hard for them, and they might be like, do you know what, no, I can't, in which case maybe you just go with different people. But I personally am just a really strong believer that if you have a strong emotional connection, then you can work it out. Because I think realistically, how many times have you heard people who've waited, filed for divorce because there was no sexual compatibility or no sexual chemistry? Like, that's not really a thing. Like, you don't hear that.
That's because no one would come out and say it. I think.
No, but I don't think. Do you not genuinely think that if you have a strong emotional connection, like there is love, like you love this person, like you do anything for this person, do you not think that you would work through any kind of differences? And do you not think that because you like each other so much anyway?
I think you would work through. But what I'm saying is, I think that anyway, from my perspective, I mean, for me, there are those 3 factors that do. I mean, yes, maybe they have different weightings, but personally, those 3, I need like good levels of satisfaction in all 3.
Good levels of satisfaction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to quantify it exactly, but that's what I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone has their own opinions. Just remember that one.
Do you believe in the one?
Yeah, looking at the truth, my mind and never lie.
Ask my friend
What do I believe in what?
The one.
The
like
one.
Soulmates.
No, I don't believe in that. No. I don't believe in soulmate. That's bullshit. I don't believe
Say it as it is.
I don't believe in soulmates. Like whenever you go, especially if you like go in different environments, there's always going to be someone who like catches your eye, you know. You know, tell me like that person you met before was a soulmate.
Yeah, but it's not a physical thing. Soulmates is about like the connection, and it's like this person is the one. Like,
they can be like in that realm, that environment that you are in, and you find this person and say, okay, it's the one. But then you didn't experience the other. You didn't go to the other other environments.
I agree. Like,
but do you need to?
No, but I think
I'm just saying because like it has happened to me before. You know, back when I was at home, like there was this girl.
Botswana, shout out to the people from Botswana.
In Botswana, I was this girl that I was really in love with, and then only to realize that okay, there's so other beautiful girls out there that I also feel very strong connections with.
No, I agree though.
At the same time,
no.
You were in love with this girl.
Huh? I was really in love with this guy. I read everything. Like,
hey, Southern African man. I tell you.
Maybe you're a little bit polyamorous though. Maybe you're a little bit polyamorous. soulmate?
No, I wasn't. She was the one. She was the one by then. But
there were other ones.
no, there wasn't the other ones. But when I came here, now, like it was okay. Wow, there's this other girl that I really like. I fell in love with, but then yeah, didn't even work out then. So that's when I realized that this thing of like soulmate, nah.
No, but soulmates doesn't mean you can't fall. People who believe in soulmates don't think that you can't fall in love with other people. So it's not, if me and my soulmate break up, I can still fall in love with other people, they can still fall in love with other people. It's just that it will never be the way it was when we were together.
I don't believe in soulmates. I don't believe in soulmates. I think there's so many people that you can
have a connection with anyone.
Yeah, you have a connection. And what is it? And also, what is that distinguishing factor that makes you a soulmate?
As in, the difference is the strength of it. So if you have a soulmate, you and your soulmate have each other, then you move on to other people. You can fall in love with other people, but you will never have that same connection.
But let's just take it away from the relation. As in, you can say okay, would you say like if someone's your best friend, would you say, because I know there's instances where even friends would be like, oh, we're soulmates, right? And so just because they are soulmates doesn't mean that now you can't find someone who from a relationship from an actual relationship point of view they can also be a soulmate. So you can have many. I think you can have many soulmates.
So yeah.
I don't think there are soulmates. I think there are connections with it.
There's connections with people. I think we should move away from the terminology.
I used to, Georgie babes, I used to believe in soulmates. But like now I just think, nah mate. Like, because I used to believe in soulmates, people are like, what if your soulmate dies? And I'm like, that's too bad then. Like, they just die and that's it. But realistically, like, what? Are you telling me that a whole other person exists just to kind of have that connection? Because it's soulmates, it's like you're saying like a deep thing, like a fated thing. So like this whole person was created just to be with you and made in a way that you two would only like each other and put on the same kind of place around you. Or what if your soulmate's in Romania, you're just going to end up moving there? And like, you know,
this is not Romeo and Juliet.
I just think this is sorry then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of this video. And so if you have enjoyed it and would like to see the boys again, please do like, subscribe, comment, feedback, everything. Thank you for watching, guys.
Bye. See you guys.
Also, comment your favourite boy.
Yeah, and click here.
And if you want to date any of these two, comment, and I'll decide whether I pass it on.
You know what I said about Tinder? Ouch. No, you can't enter like that.
Are you gonna dick?
No, like it's literally hurting me. No, I'm not even joking.
You're so rude.
No, I'm serious.
How can you say you can't enter like that with your curves?
With your curves.
As in, it just knocked me like, shoot. It's like someone was balancing on the football pitch, Baba. You know what someone's
so rude. You're so rude. You're so rude. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my.
Oh, it has started.
Yes.
Oh no, start afresh.
Dick. No, I'm putting that in. So people know what you're really like.
No, but
mean.
No, but okay. No, but start again. Let's start again, guys. Come on. I didn't realize. I didn't clock. You guys didn't tell me.
How else was it gonna start when I